Hi everyone, my name is James Hayes, and this is the behind the scenes to my submission of the My Road Reel 2017 short film competition. I'd like to talk about some of the things that I thought about when I was making this documentary. Hopefully I can teach people about documentary filmmaking, or otherwise just general filmmaking if they didn't know about it. So first of all, I think I'd like to talk about the microphones that we're using. The microphone that I put on Christopher Burns was a omnidirectional lavalier microphone. Now, omnidirectional means that it has a circular pickup pattern, which means it takes audio from all around it. Now, this is great because you can put it on your subject and set the sensitivity low, which means that the audio from their voice will be one of the only things that you hear. If you want to, you can set it higher and pick up things around it. But generally you don't want that in an interview because all you really want is their voice. Now, the other microphone I was using was this microphone. This is the Rode VideoMic. It's a directional condenser microphone with a super cardioid pickup pattern. Now what that means is it picks up sound straight from where it's pointing, which is great for things like this in interviews, but it also picks up a little bit from the sides and a little bit from the back. And so that means the closer and more directional you have it to the audio source, the better the audio that you'll get, which is why it's so close to my face right now. The best thing you can do every single time is get as close to your subject as possible, as to set the sensitivity lower, which will reject background noise. So, what's your name?
It's Chris Burns.
Chris Burns. So, what's your name?
It's Chris Burns.
Chris Burns. So, what's your name?
It's Chris Burns.
There are some techniques as well as pieces of equipment that I find more useful than others. I used a fluid head tripod to get smoother pans and tilts in my footage. This is better than something like a tilt head tripod, which would give a jittery motion when you try to move it up and down. By filming in a flat profile, you can add things like saturation, contrast, noise reduction, and sharpening in post. You usually have to color grade it or correct it afterwards, as it usually results in quite a grey image. The lens I used was a 12-60 3.5 to 5.6 variable aperture lens, which, because I was using a Panasonic G7 which has a micro four thirds sensor, this means the lens has a 35mm equivalent to a 24 to 120mm lens. This is a great range to have so I can quickly change the shot without changing lens or moving around too much. But I thought I'd at least mention some of the more important and maybe less known things about documentary filmmaking or filmmaking in general that people might not know about. Thank you very much for watching.